I'll be totally honest with you. This situation that is going on right now where the business doesn't want you guys out here and you guys are exercising your rights.
Right.
This whole thing isn't worth me losing my job.
How's it going, guys? Amagansett Press, and we are coming to you today from the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. We are in Marquette, Michigan today, and we're at an interesting little intersection here. There are two cannabis dispensaries and also a hydroponics supply house, all at the same intersection. So we're just going to pay a little visit here and find out if these folks honor and respect our right to take video and photographs in public and from publicly accessible areas of public places. I am out with Watching the Watchman today, and let me just give you a little view of the neighborhood here where we are. And while I'm doing that, time and temperature check. Today is Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It is 3:47 in the afternoon, and it is 59 degrees, sunny and absolutely beautiful in Marquette, Michigan today. I hope you all are doing well, doing something you love with some people you can tolerate. And if there's no sunshine where you are, I invite you to make your own. Should be an interesting one here today, guys. Stand by. Hey, making out there, Watchman.
What's up?
What's happening? Welcome to the UP, as they say, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. First time we've ever been here. So first time in the state of Michigan and first time obviously in the UP. So hello neighbors to the north, and we'll see how it goes. So one of the dispensaries we have here today is right in front of you, called Higher Love Cannabis Company. And then the other one across the street here is called Fire Station Cannabis Company. And then across the street the other way is Garden Supply Store Northern Hydroponics. CBD sold here, and it's a smoke and glass shop. Looks like they have a drive-through at this one. I think this lady with the vest is coming out and helping people at a drive-through. Something tells me we're going to get a lecture about HIPAA laws today. Could be, right? How are we doing?
Good.
All right. Being chauffeur driven around, huh?
Yeah, we just got married.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, why'd you do that? No, I'm just kidding. Right on, man. Hey, I'll tell you, I've been with my wife for 38 years, since I was 14. Wish you the same.
Amazing.
Have a wonderful life. Have plenty of kids. Do it while you're young.
Thank you.
And enjoy the heck out of all of it. Appreciate you.
Filming for the fire station? You filming for our company? No? You can't have like these customers and stuff on camera. That's against our policy. It's like privacy. You can't just be filming like that without their
Privacy, like you're on public sidewalk.
You're filming the customers in our curbside. Yeah, you can't be doing that.
How's that on the sidewalk?
Because you're filming our customers on our property.
Okay.
So please don't. I can call the owners if you like. What do you need to film for?
I can't look at it. You know, it's a little...
What do you need to film for? Because you have a bunch of our customers on camera that don't, you're gonna have them sign paperwork or what?
Sign paperwork.
Do you have paperwork for them to be on camera? He's asking you that too.
No.
All right, I'll give him a call. Sorry about that, bud. legally have to have me sign a release.
How are you? Oh, I can't.
Say again?
I'm pretty sure you legally have to have me sign a release if you're using this for anything.
I legally have to have you sign a release? No.
Do not record me, please.
Well, you just started speaking with me. I wasn't recording to you until you did. I'm trying to answer your question.
Can you turn the camera off?
Is that your question?
I'm asking you to please turn the camera off.
Well, I'm not going to turn my camera off.
Then who do you work for?
That's irrelevant.
Okay. It is relevant.
No, it's not.
I would like to speak with somebody who I can get answers from.
Okay. And you want me to assist you with that?
I do not appreciate being filmed without my consent.
I wasn't filming you until you started a conversation with me.
And now you are filming me.
Right, because you started a conversation with me.
still haven't
I'm responding to you. That's what people do. You approach a cameraman out on the street, you might be filmed.
I'm minding my own business.
Say again?
Are you guys just here with a group, or what are you guys here for?
What is all the... Who cares what I'm doing here?
Well, we're just wondering. I'm the manager on duty, and we're just wondering why you're filming.
Well, I don't know. This gentleman's telling me he needs some paperwork signed, and your other guy that came out was telling me he's calling the owners because I'm breaking your policy and I'm not allowed to be out
Well,
here
that's
filming.
just that's why I'm asking, guys. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like not engage at this point. Just keep carrying on with what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. I guess I will get the police.
Okay. Wow. He's gonna call the police? Wow, interesting. And just honestly, man, just from one guy to another, if you don't want to be on somebody's camera, don't call attention to him. It's not a good idea. It's bad logic.
You're already recording me.
I wasn't before you spoke to me.
He was.
I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for what other people do. But just in general, really, it's a bad idea to call someone's attention who's taking photographs if you don't want to be in them. Right?
I understand.
Okay. So fair enough.
But now you're interrupting my job. I'm trying to...
No, I think you're interrupting my video. I wasn't talking to anybody.
Like, would you like it if I just started randomly videoing you?
Absolutely. I would love you to do that. Why not? I have nothing to hide.
That's a fair
I think
response.
you're
That's a fair
you're a little
response.
uncomfortable because of where you are and what you're doing. If we were at McDonald's, you probably wouldn't care.
I care a little bit.
So,
but
you know,
I would-
I always tell my kids, don't do anything you're ashamed of and you have nothing to worry about. If you're ashamed of what you're doing and you have an issue with that, discuss that with yourself. That's not my
I
problem.
have no issue with what I'm doing.
Okay.
What I'm doing.
And you shouldn't, I have no issue with what you're doing either.
What I have an issue with.
I can't hear you.
So what I have the issue with is that I don't want to be recorded.
I understand that. We've had that conversation already.
Right.
So I'm just suggesting next time somebody's taking video or pictures, don't call their attention to you and you won't be recorded.
I understand that.
Okay.
You already said that.
Okay. Fair enough. Have a pleasant day. I'm going to go back across the street where I was and get back to minding my business like everybody should be doing.
We called the police and we report you for harassing, so we'll be down here in a minute.
I think you're harassing us. Why don't you just go back to work?
I'm doing my job.
I'm doing my job. I'm doing my job. Nobody's bothering you. You just came out and confronted us.
And the customers.
Okay. Well, the police will be here in a minute to tell you to go back to work.
They will.
Have a good day. Adios. Toodaloo, man. These folks come out and tell us that it's their policy that we're not allowed to be taking pictures on the sidewalk. Yes.
Videoing this? Are you videoing this?
Right now I just was, yes. And I was actually just narrating my video. Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you, can I ask why you're asking?
Oh, I'm curious.
Oh, okay.
Because
Fair
you're
enough.
holding a camera.
Is that strange?
Not really.
No.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. Everyone walks around with an iPhone.
Exactly right.
Right. But I was just asking you, like, why is yours professional?
Well, that's getting into my life story now, right? No, really. I mean, that would be like, I'd say, you know, a lot of people carry backpacks. Why is yours purple?
Why? Because it's my favorite color.
Well, this is my favorite camera setup.
Are you from here?
I'm not going to start answering personal questions about myself with somebody I don't know on the sidewalk.
Oh, I do all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a choice.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know if you should be doing that, but that's up to you.
I shouldn't be?
I don't know. In this day and age, you really want to walk around
That's
discussing your
funny.
personal business with people? I don't know. I'm trying to be very cordial with you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I have my own standards, so yeah, absolutely.
Sure, and that's fair
Yeah.
enough. That's what I said. You can It's very subjective.
It just depends on what somebody asks me.
Right.
Right.
Well, you're asking me where I'm from, why I have the camera I have, so it's just a little too much for me, but you have a good day. Oh, so you're going in the store and you just want to know why I'm filming it. Why don't you just say that? So there's the reality of that situation. They're going into the cannabis store and that's why they want to know why I'm filming it. So why don't you just say, I'm going in there and I don't want to be filmed. Right? Instead of trying to be all slick about it. Do you have to be 21 and over to go into your store? You might want to check IDs. Good idea. Especially with some guys filming across the street. I said especially with guys filming, you might want to make sure you're not breaking the law instead of worrying about what I'm doing.
They definitely get the IDs every time we come in.
He's not allowed in the store. He's not allowed to step foot inside the premises unless he's 21.
Let them know.
Okay? I mean, you run your stuff the way you want to run it. That's up to you.
Can you run yours?
If you would let me, I would.
Like your mouth.
Oh, well, that's intelligent. Conversation's over with you, buddy.
It's been over.
Okay? Adios. Keep smoking those things so we don't have to deal with you for too much longer. Bye-bye. Adios.
Thanks.
There's better things to smoke. See you later. So we have Marquette police driving around the corner here. And on another note, oh, he just left. There goes the kid that I was talking about walking out. There they go. The two underage people leaving right before the police get here. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, now he's threatening to kill me. He said, I'm going to take your gun and kill you with it. Yeah. Because I'm out here taking pictures and he's under 21 inside of a cannabis dispensary where he shouldn't be. See, this is what happens when you're doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Maybe that's why they don't want us out here filming. Never know. So anyway, what I was saying was, if you look down the road here on a more pleasant note, you can actually see Lake Superior off in the distance. I'll try to get you as good of a shot as I can here with a boat going by. So just way off in the distance there, up in the corner, you can see Lake Superior. These people live in a beautiful neighborhood, very privileged lifestyle, and looking to get aggravated, going to the cannabis store. I don't know. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Can't complain today.
Amen. It's beautiful.
Right on, brother. Enjoy. I mean, folks, in all seriousness, think about this. Think about if you had to live in a world where anything that subjectively bothered somebody else meant that you couldn't do it. So, you know, you're walking down the street with a tank top on and somebody doesn't like your arms hanging out of your shirt, so you can't do that. Or you're walking down the street with flip-flops on and somebody doesn't like flip-flops, so you can't do that. Or you're walking down the street listening to your radio and somebody doesn't like the song you're listening to. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Mind your business. And it's funny because it's another tale of two cities here, because you were over here taking video of this dispensary, what, 20 minutes ago?
Yeah,
And they didn't say anything. They never came out. They didn't approach us. They didn't say anything. Now she's standing at the door waiting to say something because she saw what happened here across the street. So, you know, if you throw a match into a pile of leaves, there's going to be a fire. And that's where the term fire starter comes from. Don't be that person. It's disgusting. It really, really is. Oh, here we go. How you doing?
We were just asking what you guys were filming for.
Sorry?
We were just asking what you guys were filming for.
Oh, I appreciate you, but I can't get into it right
You
now.
can't disclose it?
No.
That's okay. Thank you.
No, I appreciate you.
Just because we have open windows, we worry about our customer safety.
Your customer safety?
Yeah.
Because of someone taking video?
It's just HIPAA also,
HIPAA?
because of their
What is HIPAA? I never heard of that.
HIPAA, they're regulatory. They're good? They're good? Okay. Thank you. Thanks, honey. Good to see you.
So we're not talking anymore?
No, that's okay. We've already cleared it.
Wow. Okay, well, you have a wonderful day. Appreciate you. I guess I'm going to stick around a little longer than I thought I was. Wow. So these people over at Firehouse here, are fire starters. Perfect name for your business. Wow. They should change it to Fire Starter Cannabis Company. So now, the people across the street from them...
Guys, those First Amendment guys.
Appreciate you, brother.
On the internet, I love you.
Right on, my man. Love you right back, bro. Have a good day. But, you know, these folks behind us here at the second place, at the Higher Love Cannabis store, were coming out being cordial, just asking questions. Everything was fine, having a nice conversation. And Firestarter across the street decides he doesn't like that. So he turned back into firehouse mode and sprayed the fire hose all over our cordial conversation. People need to be educated, and we're out here doing our best to try to get through some thick skulls. And with your support, I think we're making some progress. So appreciate you all watching. If you are watching these videos, it probably means that you're enjoying your rights and cherish your rights, and we thank you for that. And the next step is to exercise them, because like we always say, if you don't exercise your rights, they tend to go away. So we encourage you in a very peaceful, non-confrontational, non-violent, lawful way to go out and exercise your rights, whatever they may be, because you have to keep in mind, you may have no interest in going out and taking photographs or video on a street or on a sidewalk in a public place, but you may have other interests that are protected, and once they come after those rights, maybe you'll understand where I'm at. So don't just look at as you have no interest in doing what I'm doing. Look at it that I'm standing up for my right to do what I do, which is just as important as your right to do as you do, and I support you in that. And just suggest you get out there and flex your rights a little bit. We'd appreciate it.
What are you guys filming?
Oh, just take some video on a beautiful day. Enjoy. And see, like I might have explained to them what I'm doing, but A, they're probably going into the dispensary, and B, I got the feeling that they might be the type of people that would just ask the question and keep on walking. So if they walk into the dispensary, I'm probably right. And there you go. If they weren't going in there, they would have never asked me what I was doing. Oh yeah, there you go. So there they are. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Wonder if he's going to go in or approach us. He's going in. Boy, would I love to be a fly on the wall on this one. Can you imagine what they're going to tell him? Here's another one. You have another one at the intersection, so we have two cars here now. Vehicle 906. And here's another one. This is vehicle 879.
Your guys' videos.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Right on.
Nice to see that you came to Marquette.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Did you go to the post office yet?
Not yet, no. No. Just here first.
Nice to see you. And your son.
You live here in Marquette?
Oh yeah, my whole life.
Beautiful place,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, thank you.
Right on. Appreciate you.
Take care, guys.
Have a good day, brother. Oh, now we have another one. Wow. 4 police cars. So this is vehicle number... No vehicle number. Canine unit. Yes, sir. We got 10 seconds. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, thanks.
Are you taking pictures of customers?
Hey guys.
How we doing, sir?
Good.
All right.
Oscar, I'm with Marquette PD.
Yes, sir.
So they just kind of filled me in, told me you guys are recording and stuff. They said they talked to you guys and you didn't want to tell them what's going on. And I basically explained to them that unless you guys are, well, if all you're doing is recording out on the sidewalk here, one, there's nothing illegal about that, and two, there's nothing that I can enforce because they don't like it that you're outside of their business.
Right.
So, obviously, I'm not going to tell you guys that you have to leave because you guys have a First Amendment right that you guys are exercising right now, and the Second Amendment as well.
Okay.
That's good to see that.
Appreciate that.
So, do you guys have any questions for me on any of this stuff?
I don't. I just hope that, because what I'm going to wind up doing is, and I appreciate your professionalism, knowledge, and courtesy.
Yeah.
But just because I'm concerned about the way that 911 call might have come in from them based on their behavior,
Okay.
I'm going to request that 911. So my question to you is, where do I go to do that?
That would be through our central dispatch.
Okay.
It's up the Michigan State Police Post on the highway.
Okay.
In Nagani.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I can look it up.
Okay. Yeah, I can give you their non-emergency phone number if you'd like.
Okay.
I don't know their address or anything like that.
And then they'll accept my FOIA request or whatever you call it here in Michigan?
Don't quote me on anything because I don't know how it works for requesting 911 recordings.
Okay.
I just know because I don't work for the Michigan State Police. I work for Marquette City Police Department.
Gotcha.
So I know, like, if say you wanted a copy of a police report, I know that you would be able to come in my office and do a FOIA request and get it that way.
Is the dispatch that received the 911 call at your headquarters here?
That's up at the Michigan State Police.
It is. Okay,
Yep,
so that's probably
they
the place to
dispatch
go
all
then.
police officers from Marquette County.
Okay.
So even though I don't work for the state police, our central dispatch is ran by the state police out
Makes
of their
sense.
post. So
I got you.
So yeah, like I said, I don't know exactly the process for getting a 911 recording.
Gotcha. Well, it's a place to start. I'll contact them, and then if that's not the right place, they'll direct me where to go to next.
Yep, yeah, that would definitely be your best bet.
But I'm just the way they came out behaving, I'm just concerned about what they may have told you.
The only thing,
and with the response that we saw. But
yeah,
go ahead.
The only thing that was told to me, and I didn't listen to the 911 call. You know, I was just dispatched.
You just see what's on the screen.
Not even that. It's just over the radio.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yeah, they just contact me on the radio, say, hey, show up to the fire station, and they just reported that the employees here said that there were a couple gentlemen outside, and they just said that you were harassing customers.
Right, that's what I figured to get that kind of response.
Yeah, and you know, and when it comes to harassing or claims of harassment and things like that,
right,
there's a difference between there's a difference between what's being reported and what actually happened a lot of times. I'm not saying that they were lying, and I'm not saying that you guys are doing anything wrong, and I'm just coming into this.
Sure, no, it's like telephone when we were kids in school.
Right. I wasn't here when they came out and you guys had your discussion or
Gotcha.
when you guys had your contact, so I don't know exactly what happened. But as far as harassment goes, there's a difference between a civil form of harassment and a criminal form of harassment.
Sure.
And there's certainly nothing criminal going on here. And as far as any kind of civil harassment, I didn't even dig into it because that's not my job. It's not my place.
Gotcha.
To get into.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there was any civil harassment claim, it would be us filing the claim against them.
Yeah, and
I was just to give you real quick, I was across the street.
Sure.
And he was standing here taking some video, and they approached him, so I came across the street, and they came out and told us that it's against their policy. It's illegal for us to be standing on a sidewalk taking pictures of their store.
Okay.
Just all uneducated, not aware of what the reality of the laws are.
Okay.
Talk. And basically just dismissed that and went back to what I was doing, and they said they were going to call the police. So I probably would have been gone a while ago, but we stuck. Once somebody says they're going to call the police, I'm going to stand here and wait for you because A, I don't want you looking for me, and B, I look forward to having a productive conversation with
absolutely.
you.
Yeah,
So-
I appreciate you guys not taking off so I could come in and talk to you guys.
Absolutely.
I figured that you guys were probably pretty well aware of what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do.
Yes,
so,
sir. So do you know who we are and what we're doing?
I have no idea who you guys are. I have no idea what you're doing. If you guys want to tell me that,
You have a suspicion of what we're doing?
not particularly.
Because you mentioned the First Amendment. So what we're doing, this is a First Amendment audit.
Yeah, well, I figured it was something with that. I just didn't know if it was somehow associated with the business.
No,
or
not at all.
With marijuana or anything like that.
No, not at all. We're just generally at this intersection, exercising our right to be out in public.
Yeah, sure.
At publicly accessible areas of public places and taking video and photographs.
Yeah.
Just like the old days when people used to jump in front of the camera and say, "Hi, Mom."
Right.
You know,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
Okay.
And some people actually did that here today.
I saw somebody talking to you guys. The only thing that I would tell you guys is just, if people are if people are stopped at the light, or if people are pulling over to talk to you guys, we just don't want anybody like impeding traffic, and not necessarily that you guys would be causing that, but somebody stopping on the side of the road to say, hey, what are you guys doing, or what's going on here? I don't want to see an accident get caused like that. And this is a pretty busy, I don't know if you guys live around here or anything, if you're familiar with Marquette City, but this is one of our busiest thoroughfares of traffic.
Well, and I'll tell you what, and I agree with you 100%. If it was me driving, I would not stop in the middle of the street.
Exactly. And I don't think you guys are like flagging people down, looking for conversations, but that's the only concern that I would have with you guys being out here, is that somebody would stop because they're curious what you guys are doing. And
I can't control any of that, but I appreciate what you're saying. I agree with you. Yeah, so for sure.
That would be.
I don't want to see anybody have an accident either. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who wants to spend it in the hospital, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. You're coming across as one of the good guys here today.
Well,
as with anything in life, and I'm not singling out law enforcement, but just like with camera guys, just like with seamstresses, just like with anything, police officers, there's the good and the bad.
Sure.
Right. So I think we've come across one of the good guys here today.
I appreciate
you
that.
showed up. You took a very objective view of what was going on.
Well, and hey, I could say the same thing for First Amendment auditors. I've seen some videos just like you guys that are, courteous and professional, and
must have been us. No,
totally,
I'm just kidding.
right. And willing to have a conversation with me. And then I've seen people doing exactly what you guys are doing that are not professional and not courteous.
Of course.
And, looking to kind of start a fight.
Right.
I don't get that impression from you guys at all whatsoever.
No,
so
I'm too old to start a fight.
Yeah, well, right. I appreciate you guys doing that.
Too small too.
Yeah.
Not my thing, man. Never was. That's why I stay out of jail. It's not a good place for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
But no, and I really do appreciate that. And where I was going with that is, I'll ask you a quick question. Sure. If you're willing to answer it.
I may or may not.
I'm sure. But what do you feel like, just in your personal opinion, nothing to do with the job, what do you feel like one of a police officer's worst enemies is in this world that we live in?
In the world that we live in? Well.
In society today, what's a police officer's worst enemy?
Well, what I'm most concerned about, I'll tell you that, is somebody trying to hurt me. So I'll just leave it at that.
Well, and you're absolutely right. But just to be more specific, I feel like your worst enemy is a bad police officer. Because bad police officers are out getting the good guys hurt, shot, killed, in trouble every day.
Yeah.
And that's unacceptable. Right. So being that police are in such a unique position to police themselves, most people aren't in that position.
Right.
If there's a complaint filed against you, your higher-ups are going to deal with it internally.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to deal with it. So it's critical that the good guys, such as yourself, police the bad guys that are in your department, if there are any.
Yeah, right.
And turn them in, or report to, or have a conversation with them in the locker room if it's not that. Because those are the guys that are going to go out and get you hurt before a couple of guys with cameras will.
Sure, right.
And I know it's hard to stand up for what's right when you're in law enforcement, because a lot of times that turns into you might not get back up when you're looking for it, and things might go a certain way. Things happen. There's a situation there, and I don't want to get into it, but there's good and bad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see you in that situation. And I think a good idea for you is to make sure that the other guys that are working with you and that you're relying on are as professional and courteous as you are.
Sure, yeah.
That's very important.
I can tell you that I'm absolutely 100% confident that if it were any other officer for the Marquette Police Department, the guys and gals that I work with, this conversation would go exactly the same.
That's excellent. I'm glad to hear that.
We got a good department, and again, I don't know if you guys are, if you live locally or if you're around the area or anything, but if you deal with the Marquette Police Department in the future, you can expect to see this same kind of conversation that I'm having with you guys from anybody else that I work with.
Well, that's great, and that's the result we're looking for, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're striving to attain.
Yeah.
We're not looking to stir up any problems with anybody. We're not looking to create any issues.
Sure. Yep.
We're looking to create open dialogue, conversation, meeting of the minds. There's a huge gap between law enforcement and the citizenry in this country right now, as you're certainly aware. Maybe not right here in Marquette, but across the country. It's different degrees of it wherever you go.
Yep.
And what we're trying to do is, in some small way, do whatever we can do to try to close that gap by having conversation and having these interactions. I think talking it out, whether it's your kids, your wife, the guys at work, whatever it is probably the best place to get rid of a lot of problems.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you educated these folks and let them know, as you said, that.
Yeah, I told so basically, and I'll be totally transparent with you guys and tell you exactly what I told them. Told them that you guys filming out here, if all you're doing is filming, there's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing that I can do about that. If I wanted you guys to stop doing what you're doing right now, if this is all you're doing, there's nothing that I can do.
Right.
You guys have a First Amendment that's protected.
Right.
And there's nothing that I can do about that, and there's nothing that they can do about that as a business. The one thing that I will tell you guys, and it's the same thing that I told them, the only issue that we're going to run into, well, obviously, if you were to assault somebody or something like that, they're
if I break a law.
Yeah, exactly. If you
Right.
break a law. So,
Right.
And then the only other thing would be they just ask that you stay off their property. So
Which we never went on there. I have no interest in going on
no,
their
I
property.
don't think that they said that you were or anything
Right.
like that.
No,
but
I would
just-
never. I
just
have no
moving
interest.
forward, once I leave and you guys are staying out here, I don't know if you guys are planning.
No, well, and I'll tell you what, like I said to you before, my whole purpose is to exercise my right to take video. I don't have a right to take video and photographs
You
on
can
their
walk past if
property.
you like to.
I do a lot of film and video.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have a right to go onto their property and do anything, so I don't try to exercise
Yeah,
that as a
right.
right.
Yeah,
I do have a
exactly.
right to be out on a public sidewalk, so that's what we stay. Even if we go to like an airport, or if I go to a police department, if I go to a city hall, wherever it may be,
Yep.
we stay in the publicly accessible areas. I respect keyed access,
Yeah.
restricted area signs. We don't go in any of that stuff.
Sure.
Not interested in violating the law.
Yeah.
And that's where, because that's where your authority comes in.
Yeah,
Until I violate the law, you have no authority over me. Once I violate
Right.
the law, that creates a position where you now have authority over me, and I'm not going to give you that. As nice as the guy as you are, why would I give you that?
No, I get that.
But I really do.
Nothing wrong with
It's very important that you understand how key it is, and I think you get it, for law enforcement to take the stance that you're taking here today. It's vital to
Well,
the future of this country.
Ultimately, I'll be totally honest with you. This situation that is going on right now, where the business doesn't want you guys out here, and you guys are exercising your rights.
Right.
This whole thing isn't worth me losing my job. Stepping in and doing something wrong and violating your guys' rights by
Right.
telling you that you have to leave, or escalating it to something stupid.
Well, you know what? That
It's
brings
not-
up a good
it's not
question.
worth it.
What would you do if your captain ordered you to do that?
If my captain told
If your
me to come
captain
out
said,
here
"I don't
and-
care about their rights. I don't want to hear about it. Lock them up."
Well, and again, I'm not going to get into too much.
Well, no, the
political
rhetorical
kind of stuff,
statement.
and-
You could think about it in your mind. You don't have to
Yeah.
answer me.
I will just tell you this. I would be utterly shocked if anything like that happened again at the Marquette Police Department where I work. I would never expect that my captain would.
Well, I appreciate that 1,000%, and I believe you based on your behavior here today. But I'll tell you what, in other municipalities, that's not the way it is.
Yeah. Well, that's
And those
unfortunate.
guys are in a bad spot.
Yeah, that's
So I think the more good people that stand up for what's right makes it a lot more difficult on the guys that are doing something wrong
Yeah, right.
at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So, and just before I forget to ask you, just so
Yeah.
I could document it was here, it's Braun?
It's pronounced Brown.
Brown, that's why I always
B-R-A-U-N.
ask.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Brown and badge number?
146.
146. You've been extremely professional,
Yeah.
and I really hope
You
you're
guys give me-
you're just officer?
Yeah.
Officer Brown?
Brown, yep.
So I hope you, seriously, I hope this attitude that you have and your professionalism carries you way up the ranks faster than you hope to.
Well, I
really.
appreciate that.
And we need good leadership. We're not
I'll
anti...
let the captain know you said.
Well, no, he's going to see the video. We're not anti-police
Yeah,
at
no, I
all.
don't
What
get
I
that
am
vibe
is
from
I'm
you guys.
anti-bad cop,
Yeah, sure.
and I'm anti anybody that wants to walk on my rights.
Yeah,
that's all.
absolutely.
Other than that, we support you guys. I want you to stay safe out there.
Yeah.
I want you to be out there doing an objective job, honoring your oath,
Yeah.
and defending people's rights and supporting the Constitution.
Sure,
Because that's the first oath you took. That goes above and beyond the laws of the land.
Right. Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
So, that's it.
So before I take off here, guys, I'm just going to ask, and obviously you guys know your rights. Can I grab your guys' IDs so I can jot them down?
I'm going to have to respectfully decline just because of what I'm doing.
That's fine.
Yep.
And
I would love to give it to you.
Can I just get a first name just so I can tell my supervisor that this is who I talked to?
My first name's Jason.
Jason.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And you, sir? Ben. So Jason and Ben.
And the only reason you got that is because you earned it.
I appreciate
No,
that.
that's- I don't give
you
my name to
you guys
most-
haven't given me
No?
any reason that I can compel identification from you. So and you guys know that. So
Well, and I
that's
don't
why
think
asked that
you
way,
come
so.
across, you personally come across as the kind of guy that wouldn't even want to do that unless you could, unless there was a reason to. You're not interested in
Well, yeah,
compelling
if you guys-
information out of
no,
anybody
you get-
when there's no, it's not
You
warranted.
guys aren't breaking any laws,
Right.
so I don't need your names for anything. The only reason why I ask is that, once I get done with this call, I call back to my office and let them know, hey, I got dispatched here for this reason, and these are the people that I talked to.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to see the video, go on YouTube tomorrow
Okay.
and just do a search for Audit, First Amendment Audit, Marquette, Michigan.
Okay.
It'll come, you'll find me very easily.
Okay.
I can promise you that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys, any other questions for me before I take
No,
off
that's
here?
it. I just really want to celebrate your successes because I know people give you hell all the time.
Yeah, well.
And just from one guy's opinion, I think you did a fantastic job here today. I think they've benefited from a little education. Might prevent an altercation in
Yeah,
the future.
yeah, exactly.
They might not be so willing to come out and approach people on the sidewalk going forward for minding their own business.
Right.
And I've had a successful conversation with you. And I always try to look at it like maybe I'm the Johnny Appleseed of the First Amendment.
Yeah.
So I'm going around planting seeds. A lot of them are going to die in the sun with no water.
Right.
But every once in a while, you know, you never know if could be feel like a benign, insignificant conversation. 6 months from now, either you or I or him or one of us may take something that we remember from that a year from now that might help you in the future.
Sure.
It might inspire some critical thinking and just make all our lives a little more positive.
Yep.
And that's all we're out here for.
Right.
That's
absolutely.
it.
Cool.
That's it.
So just so I get an idea in case we get any other calls, are you guys, is this like an all day thing or all weekend thing?
You know, it really
or?
depends on how bad my knee starts hurting me.
Okay, gotcha.
So I mean, I don't really.
If we get another call for the same thing, and you know, a lot of times, especially when when you're armed while doing this,
Right.
You know, some people take that the wrong way. You know that's the way it goes.
Michigan ain't what it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, nowhere is.
Yeah,
I get
so,
it.
You know, so just so I know if if I get a call for, if somebody reports, two gentlemen who are recording and they've got a gun.
You
I
could
know
probably
what's
figure
going
it was
on.
us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then
I won't change clothes on you or shave my beard or anything.
Okay, good.
You'll know it's
good
me.
To know.
Yeah.
Good to know. And then just so that you guys are aware, and I'm sure you already were, but don't be surprised if we show up again, if you guys are in front of a different business or somewhere else or something like that.
Well, here I think my job is done here.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
I'm not interested in antagonizing anybody, and if some folks get it, some never will.
Yeah.
So if these people are open and receptive and they've learned something here today, that'll happen.
Okay.
If they're not, then it won't.
Okay.
But that's not my job.
Yeah.
My job is not to teach anybody anything. I just do what I do, have these conversations, try to be productive, and whatever anybody gets out of it, they get out of it. Whatever they don't, they don't.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
Cool.
But like I said, I think our job's done here. We're just, we'll probably, after you leave, I always wait for you to leave, so it doesn't look like I got chased off. I don't want them to have the appearance.
Yeah,
so then once you leave, I'll do my little outro. A couple of minutes we'll be here, and I don't know where I'm going next, to be honest. Might grab something to eat.
Okay.
Any good suggestion on any kind of diner type of thing here in Marquette?
For diners, see that restaurant sign on this side of the street? That's the Coach Light. That's kind of a diner type.
Good food?
I haven't eaten there in a long time. Either door, I think, is fine.
I got to tell you, being as old as I am, it's really kind of makes me chuckle inside a little bit to see an officer directing somebody into the cannabis store.
Yeah, it's
it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I haven't been working that long, so it's not like some of these officers who've been working for 20 years would probably,
it's an interesting new twist.
That,
yeah. And I have no issue with anybody wanting to do what they want to do. That's their right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as far as diners go, that's really the only real diner type spot.
Well, at the end of the day, it's going to be my wife's decision, so I'll suggest this, and then we'll see where she wants to go.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And just so you know, as we said, my name's Jason. This is Ben. He's my son.
Oh, okay.
And we have been traveling around the country for the past 3 years on the road. We were about to hit 80,000 miles.
Wow.
Doing what we do.
Okay. Wow.
So we're committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
and
kidding.
we believe in what we do.
Yeah. You kind of have to be if you're traveling 80,000 miles.
Yeah. You have to be for sure, especially with the price of gas these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna hop back in here and just kind of fill them in on my conversation I just had with you guys.
Okay.
As long as you're cool with that.
Oh, you can tell them whatever you want to tell them. Sure, absolutely.
And
tell them how they can. Tell them to look it up tomorrow, and they can watch the video and see how wonderful they behaved.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'll just let them know that you guys are going to be here for a little while, but it's not going to be for the rest of the day. So just.
But also, if you're going to say that to them, I would just maybe suggest that you let them know if they did want to stay here all day, that's fine.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But it's not, I don't want them to think we made an agreement that I'm going to leave in a few minutes.
No. Yeah.
But I don't think you'd.
I can let them know as long as you guys are cool with me being transparent with them about the conversation that we just had. I can just let them know that you guys were actually planning on taking off, but stuck around because they told me or told you that they were
Absolutely
calling the
right.
police, and you guys just didn't want to take off before I got here.
And as far as the transparency and accountability are our game. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, right.
So,
absolutely. Got no problem with that.
That's
so,
it.
All right, guys.
All right, Officer Brown, I
Cool.
appreciate you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
guys
sir.
Take care.
You have a wonderful day.
You too.
This guy across the street's dying to Quincy it up and know what's going on. That's what I did to him. I'm going to ignore him now again.
Hey guys,
Yes, sir.
you mind if I talk to you for a sec?
No, not at all.
Do you
What
guys,
do you got?
have a an agency or?
An agency for?
Are you like video?
Well, if you're going to talk to me, you got to be on camera.
Oh, no, I don't want to be on camera.
Well, then have a nice day.
Okay.
All right. I'd be happy to talk to you, but when I'm doing these things, I don't stop recording.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yep. Well, rest easy. The police know what we're doing, and they're fine with it, so you have nothing to worry about.
I was just curious.
Gotcha.
I like your camera setup. I just want to check out your camera.
Thanks. Might be a good idea to get blinds for the windows if you're really concerned about that. And read up on HIPAA because you have no clue what you're talking about. Which way are you going?
I'm just bumming around. I
Oh,
got
okay.
some time to kill.
I was going to say, if you're going that way, I'll go the other way.
Oh, no worries. Am I like blocking your shot or something?
Well, I'm kind of trying to narrate my video and take a video, so sort of.
Okay.
Unless you want to be in it, then I have to just continue what I'm doing.
I do not want to be in it.
Alrighty, have a good day. Well, all right, guys. I think that's going to wrap this one up. I'm going to save you the pain of my usual spiel here because I think it was enough said, and I think we all understand what happened here today. And very productive. And kudos to the Marquette, Michigan Police Department. The dispensary here, both dispensaries, not so much. But maybe they'll learn something here today. I don't know. Only time will tell. Always like to remind you guys, if you appreciate these videos, you like what we do, and you want to support what we do, best way you could do that, hands down, is to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that stuff gets our videos out to more and more people so that more people can watch them, enjoy them, and hopefully learn a little something. I know me and the Watchmen are out here on the street getting an education every day, and I wouldn't change that for the world. Information and education are all around you. You just have to be receptive and open your ears, open your eyes, and take it all in. I also invite you to do the same for Watching the Watchmen. Kid's putting a lot of work into his videos. He's doing a fantastic job. He's out here standing up for my rights, your rights, and his own. So if you're interested in checking him out, I'll leave a link in the description. I invite you to do so. You won't be sorry. We're going to hop in the truck, head down the road, and see what else we could find for you here. So coming to you from Marquette, Michigan, Watching the Watchmen, Amagansett Press. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Out.